and it's going to cause his eyes to water. That's what I'm going to follow up with another technique. Okay? That's the first technique we use in this system. The next technique we use is a knuckle strike. Once again, I'm using my knuckles, bent hand, and I'm using it only in certain situations. How do we make it? You start with your hand up, just roll your knuckles over, and then I reinforce it with my thumb, okay? Works the same way. Nothing's going to change. Every technique in this system is going to be based off the same type of thing. My basic warrior stance, I'm going to block or advance, and I'm going to strike. Now, this is going to be a lethal technique, though, because this is designed to strike one place in this system, and that's to strike the person in the throat or the trachea area. And that's what we're going to demonstrate now. Come out. Again, he's in his fighting stance. Person has attacked me. If he's coming in on me, I use this as a defensive technique. He comes in with his punch. I block that punch, which we'll talk about later, and I strike to the throat area. Okay? When I strike to the throat area, I'm aiming right for the trachea. Okay? For men, that's that big bulge sticking out. I'm going to strike with the knuckles, and I'm going to continue through. This strike, it only takes about 3 to 5 pounds of pressure to break that bone in the throat. When someone is strangled, and I've gone to strangulation investigations, usually just the pressure from your thumb strangling someone has broken those bones, and it causes death. Person will, for a variety of reasons, the person will die. But believe me, with a strike to that throat area, it's going to take the person out. When a person attacks you on the street, the person is trying to take you out. The person is trying to kill you, rob you, cause bodily harm. So you have to do the same thing. You have to be in the same mindset as that person, the same frame of mind. You have to be willing to take that person out. Basic warrior stand to protect myself, head down. Person comes in with a straight punch to try to punch me. First thing I do is step in. I always want to be into his body because when I'm in on him, there's not much else he can do with much power. So I step in, I get my block in, and then that punch, knuckle punch comes out and strike him in his throat. Okay? Another lethal technique. Comes out, strike him in the throat. Ideally, you want to get these punches and blows out at the same time. I don't like to block and then throw. Okay? Most of my techniques works where he punches, it's at the same time. I come up and I strike him in the throat. Again, he punch, whoop, same time, you come up and strike him in the throat. Okay? It's going to take the person out. If it doesn't take the person out, believe me, it's going to be a nice shock where I can follow up with another technique, which we'll get into later on. Okay? Thank you.